He's lived the highs and the lows, on and off the pitch. You might just recognise him. After shuttling between Argentina and Italy for most of his career, Claudio Caniggia headed north, a long way north, to Dundee in Scotland, the resting place of RMS Discovery, the ship used in Scott of the Antarctic's final fatal voyage to the South Pole. The town now has a new explorer. The ship rests at Discovery Point, on Dundee's reclaimed waterfront. The Argentine adventurer plays on.
Obviously, there are teams like Celtic and Rangers that play in Europe. They have teams that play really well and have good players. What I mean is that I didn't know much about the reality of Scottish football, but I have a good impression.
Signed from Atalanta, Caniggia has played for River, Boca, Roma and Benfica. Life in Dundee was always going to be a culture shock.
We can't compare it with Italian or Spanish football, but it is different. Italian or Spanish football use many more tactics, and this is much more open.
Dundee can boast two big clubs, but they could be a lot better.
I think Scottish football has a long way to go in terms of improvements.
It's not all bad. Caniggia can see things are moving in the right direction, becoming more continental.
Football has got much better in Scotland as well as in England. I mean, it's not only the archetypal kind of football that's played in England, such as high balls. There are now many more teams that play a more technical kind of football.
Off-the-field controversy has dogged Caniggia's career. His talent, though, is special. He excelled for Argentina in 1990, scoring in the World Cup quarter and semi-finals. He's someone to learn from.
This is the first year in which the team has grown and has been doing interesting things compared to what they've been doing previously. I think that in the next year, that is going to change. We can work at a good pace. There's a good atmosphere, and there are good players. I am one of the older players, but it is in our interest to see that the young ones grow. There were 2 or 3 very good players here.
To think of Caniggia is also to think of his friend Diego Maradona. But has Argentina's greatest seen Caniggia play for Dundee?
It doesn't matter. What really matters is that he is a really good friend of mine, and I just want him to get better. What's more, I've invited him to play a game with us, which we are surely going to organise in the next few months.
For now, Dundee is making the most of its blonde Argentinian ace.
I mean, it's a project. We'll see in 2 years' time just what was achieved. I hope that we can achieve some of the main objectives. One of those is to play in Europe.
With Caniggia at Dundee, who knows? He's always been an adventurer.